Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about some of the things that I have experienced adapting to the US culture. I wanted to make this video because I feel like it is a light-hearted one. Another reason why I'm making this video is to help other people who may or may not be on their way here. I feel like as a citizen of any country, if you're going to a new country, it is your job to create, maybe not your job, but at least if you would like to do anything good, you should create a nice pathway for other people from your country who are coming to where you are. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So maybe if you are coming to the US for the first time, you don't know what to expect, this video can help you. I already have a detailed video about how I came here for my master's. I'm going to link it here, and the other related videos that I feel would be very important. So before I get into it, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure that you also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I publish a new video. And let me also put out a disclaimer that these experiences are for me. Okay, I'm not saying that this is what everybody experiences in different places. There are 50 whole states here, so people's experiences could be different, but I'm just giving like a general overview of what you can expect. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you should know, I think this is a thing for Westerners in general, like the Western hemisphere of the world. When you say sorry, or let's say the US, when you say sorry, you know, Nigerians, any small thing, oh, sorry. In Nigeria, sorry is like a way of you empathizing with or sympathizing with somebody. But in the US, if you say sorry, it's like the first thing they usually tell you is, oh, you're good. You know, they say, oh, you're good. That means you don't have to say sorry, because to them, sorry is when something is your fault. Now, I'm not trying to tell you to change your vocabulary or change the context in which you use sorry, because I feel like with a language like English, it has been so globalized that different things now have different meanings to different people. So in Nigeria, you can say sorry. I personally don't think you should stop. You know, sorry is just a way of saying, okay, I'm sorry about you're going through. I understand this and that. But in general, they see sorry as something you should say if you've done something wrong and that thing is your fault. So don't go around saying, oh, sorry, please excuse me, because that's what Nigerians do. Because Nigerians are naturally just angry because of the state of the country. So before you want to talk to anybody, you don't want to offend anybody. So people will usually say, oh, sorry, please excuse me. Me, I don't say sorry, I just say excuse me. But in general, just keep that in mind. Sorry is for when you've done something wrong. So another thing that you should take note of is extreme weather conditions. So the US can get really cold or really hot. And when it's hot, it is hot. I mean, super hot. I remember talking about my first experience here, and how I literally got a tan. Like, I don't think I have any picture, but I'll check my Snapchat if I do. Maybe I'll put a picture on the screen so you can see how tan I was. If you're under the sun for a while, you will get burnt. Okay, you will tan. There's nothing wrong with tanning. Okay, it's natural. Even white people get tans, black people get tans as well. We just get a lot more darker. So you need to keep that in mind if you're going to the southern states, those states in the south. So the southern states are states like Arizona, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. Those states down south, they are really hot. They get really hot during the summer, up to 110 degrees in some instances. So keep that in mind. Me, right now, I'm in the Midwest. So the Midwest is states like Iowa, Minnesota, Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. Which other states is in the Midwest? Chicago. Oh, Chicago is not a state. Illinois is in the Midwest. Nebraska, Colorado, yeah, those states are kind of in the Midwest, so it can get cold. So you need to also think about that. Maybe if you're coming during January or during winter, bruh, at least have some coats to take you through, because it's so cold. And me personally, I get cold easily, so my fingers start to feel numb, like my hand goes numb, you know. So keep that in mind. The extreme weather conditions, they're nothing like Nigeria. I know Nigerians always say, is Nigeria not hot? I can't take it. Bro, you will learn. You will learn lessons. So don't think, oh, because Nigeria is hot, this place is hotter than Nigeria. When it's hot here, it's really hot. So don't even get it twisted. Just keep that in mind in case you're coming, okay? Another thing that you need to keep in mind is that the society is a very individualistic one. You know, people mind their business. It's not like Nigeria that you can just be on your own and somebody will come and tell you, auntie, this skirt where you wear, you should say, too short. You know, you don't say that kind of thing here. You will see people wearing some really short things. don't bring your morality police whatever here. I know that yes, in Nigeria back home we are very in quotes moral. We view a lot of things through the lens of religion, which is fine in some instances, to each their own. But don't do that here. Don't come and be running your mouth and be doing oversight, because somebody can just go and report you for what mental damages. They'll say that you've caused them mental anguish. People are really sensitive here, so don't run your mouth. Okay, people are usually on their own. People like to do things on their own and carry out tasks on their own. There are even studies that show that even people in their old age want some level of agency, so they want to do things by themselves because they feel like that is a good thing. I don't know if that makes sense. So you also don't expect to come here regardless of your age, because Nigerians like to do all this age nonsense. Regardless of your age, you don't expect to come here and be getting people to suck up to you and be greeting you, good morning sir, good morning ma. If you're coming for your masters and maybe you're like 40 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, nobody is going to be looking up to you like one kind of senior. Everybody will talk to you like you're their mates. Do you get? My next point is technology. They employ a lot of technology here, and these are like basic stuff. So imagine if you're going to a Walmart, or let's say somewhere like Ibano now. When you're done shopping, you go and check out. In Walmart and other stores, other smaller franchises where they sell a lot of things, not just food, products in general, there's something that they call self-checkout. So you need to keep in mind that there are some places that you go to, you won't see cashiers because they're self-checkout, and you need to familiarize yourself with those things. Even things as little as pumping your tire. One of my classmates, she was driving, and then one of her tires was flat, and she went to pump it by herself. Or you do it, there's no vulcanizer, there's no street vulcanizer. You can say, okay, how much it go be to pump this tire? My pigeon is so bad, oh my god. My pigeon is so bad. Yeah, so you need to do things by yourself. Don't know if that makes sense. Even when it comes to setting up your house, some people buy furniture from IKEA. You do everything by yourself. And it's not just in America. I'm sure that this is also common in some European countries, but I'm just saying you kind of need to start getting used to doing things by yourself. And with that being said, do not be afraid to ask for help. Everybody was once a JJC. Okay, including me. I was once a JJC. So do not be afraid to ask for help. When you go to stores and there are things like self-checkout, you see that there are still some cashiers. There's still some people that are around to help you to do things. Does that make sense? So don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? Another thing that you need to consider, or you need to know, if you're coming here, if you're going to live here, whatever, is the fact that Americans make eye contact with you. They look directly into your eyes. And me, I'm very shy. I don't like looking into people's eyes when I'm talking to them, but they almost find it disrespectful if they're talking to you and you're not looking into their eyes. This is one thing that I don't know if, I'm constantly practicing. I'm trying to get with that culture. I think that's actually a nice culture to adapt to. Back home, you don't really do that. You get, like, maybe if somebody is scolding you now, back maybe if your mom is scolding you, you're looking at her eye, looking at her face, small things, she will ask you whether you're trying to challenge her. But here it's the opposite. If you don't look at them, it's like you're being disrespectful, because you can even hear them saying, oh, I was talking to him and he wasn't even making eye contact. To them, it's a huge deal. So that's one thing that you need to know. You need to try to learn how to make eye contact if that's not something you're already doing. Another thing is that they speak very loudly. There's something about them, and this is not a bad thing. There's something about them that is just very loud and confident when they're talking. Like, you hear it. Keep that in mind. They speak loudly and they make eye contact, okay? So my next point, I've said this one a couple of times, the country is huge, okay? It's 50 states, it's different time zones. Within the United States, that's 50 states, it is about 4 time zones, okay? So it's huge. In the same states, to get to another place can take you like 3 hours. In the same states, by road though. So it's very, very big. You want to visit somebody, maybe the person is living in Washington. Washington is in where? Washington is in the west. And maybe you're living in New York. New York is in the east. That's a 3-hour time difference. They are very far from each other. Or maybe the person is in California and you're down south in Georgia. That's still a 3-hour time difference. You need to keep that in mind. It's a very huge place. There tends to be a level of loneliness that comes with that. So like I said in my other video, if you're trying to come here, also consider the fact that you have family, and if your family is not annoying and disgusting, then if your family is not annoying and disgusting, then you can consider looking for a school or looking for a job or whatever where they stay. Another thing, this one I feel is very, very important, especially as a Nigerian, is being on time. They do not joke with time. If something is supposed to start by 12, in fact, from 11:59, they've already started. That's why, in general, it's good to have a sense of urgency. It's good to honor time commitments. Do you understand? It's not if you tell somebody, oh, you're going to see them by 1. They don't do African or Nigerian time here. 1 o'clock is 1 o'clock. If you plan to go somewhere with somebody, like I have friends now that when they're driving to another city or something, I go with them, they come and pick me and then they drop me back home. If they tell me that they're going to be here by 9, I'm getting dressed before 9. Me, I even like to get ready 2 hours in advance. If I need to meet somebody by 9, I wake up by 7. If I want to get to class by 12, I wake up by 10 because I need 2 hours to get ready. Being on time is a very, very serious thing. They take it really seriously, okay? And apart from trying to please people or trying to adapt to their culture, in general, being on time is something that you should practice as an adult. You get, it's not a good look if you're always late. I don't like that thing. I find it really irresponsible and annoying, and I feel like people like that have no sense of urgency. So let me not be too serious, okay? This video is not meant to be that serious, but just letting you know, if you're gonna be here, you have to be on time. This next one is very important. What's in my mind? This next one is really, really important. It's called the Second Amendment, okay? There are different amendments. First Amendment, I think, is free speech or freedom of speech. Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, and I'm sure that you already know this. In America, they love their guns, okay? Because they kind of feel like the right to defend themselves was given to them by God, according to their founding fathers anyway. So there are people that have different opinions about gun control and Second Amendment in general. Some people are pro Second Amendment, some people are, take away the guns. I don't even think it depends on the state you're going to. Just keep it in your mind that there's a possibility that the next person could be armed. They could have a gun that is loaded. So don't go around threatening people. If somebody annoys you, it's already a problem enough that you were born as a Nigerian. That's one. It's already another problem that you're in a foreign country. That's 2. So if you get into any trouble, it's going to be like the chances of them deporting you are very, very high. So you don't want that. Okay? Don't go around threatening people. My dad told me this. Don't threaten anybody. Don't say, if I slap you, come, you will hear from me. All the nonsense that Nigerians used to do. Threatening people left, right, and center. No, do that one here, because they will take it seriously. If you threaten somebody, they will say, look, you are actually a threat to me. They will hold you to your words. Do you get? Tomorrow they can come and meet you and just do poof and you're gone. And their defense would be that you threaten them first. So do not pick a fight. In fact, anywhere you see trouble, just go the other way. If trouble is coming this way, go back. If it's coming from your left, go the right way. Stay clear of any trouble, because it's very annoying to be in another country and be in trouble. Do you get that one? That one is that. So keep in mind that there's something called the Second Amendment. You don't want to get on anybody's nerves and stay clear of trouble. My next point is one of those things I'm also very passionate about, and it is the art of speaking. Okay, speaking properly. Language, of course, they speak English here, so it's mostly English that you hear, but the second language in America is Spanish. So English is the first language, Spanish is the second language. So if you're good at Spanish, maybe that's good for you, but English is the language that's spoken here. I mean this with every shade. I'm shading everybody that does this. Everybody. And especially Nigerians, because Nigerians are my audience. Don't come and be forming spree to talk to people. Like, don't do that. Okay, just speak normally. Have you guys, in fact, I'm going to use myself as an example. You don't see me coming on here pretending to have an American or a British accent to try to sound cool or sophisticated. There are different countries in the world, okay? Everybody is going to have their unique accent. Stop thinking that your Nigerian or your African accent is inferior to these people's accents. You will see Nigerians coming here. Back home, you're speaking normally. But when you see somebody with a lighter pigmented skin, you start changing your accent, start speaking spree and adding R to everything that you're saying. No. So people, you will hear them, even if they want to say the word because, they'll start saying because. Who put that R there? Who put the R in because? Who? Just imagine if maybe now you're speaking to a white person or an American, and you're coming to talk to you, you're trying to fake a Nigerian or an African accent. Do you know how weird that would look? Maybe they're trying to tell you, oh, I went to the market today. I went to do this one. Like, don't you think it will look real? You'll be like, what are you doing? That's how stupid you look when you're trying to fake an accent to talk to them. Because if you listen to how they even talk, they don't change their accent in any way. So why are you doing that? It just shows that you're not confident. Nonetheless, I'm not just going to knock everybody down. I have a video where I talked about how you can learn to be more articulate and more eloquent. I'm going to link it here for you to watch it. It is really, really important. So when you're speaking, speak with confidence. Okay, if you don't know how to be confident, it's something that you can actually learn. There are millions of videos on YouTube for you to learn that. Now, there are ways that you can speak properly, and I'm not trying to say that you should put English over your language or anything. No language is more important than the other. I'm still very much an advocate for learning your native language and, you know, passing it down to the next generation and all that. I really am. But because of the state of the world and where we are, you kind of need to conform to some certain standards so that you don't limit yourself, so that you don't knock yourself out of opportunities. Do you understand? Whew. This particular one really, really annoys me because there's some people that I hear them talking, I'm just like, shut up. I don't want to hear you speak. The way you talk is so annoying, you know? Because you're always adding R to everything. Why? Okay, please. So, my last point, but not the least, is the fact that you have to work hard for every single penny. You have to work hard for every single penny. It is, I kid you not, it's not easy. But as a Nigerians are very hardworking people by nature. So it shouldn't be too difficult for you. You can work your way up the top, up the corporate ladder if that's what you want to do. You know, put your head down. If you're applying for internships or you're applying for jobs, look for jobs that are going to look good on your CV. So by the time you start applying to corporate companies and all these white collar jobs, you can say that, okay, I have this experience. Try as much as possible to secure. I know it's not easy, okay, and the way I'm saying this thing kind of sounds like it's easy, but I know it's not. But if you're going to get jobs, and this advice also goes for me, look for jobs that look good on your CV. Look for jobs that are related to what you're studying. Look for jobs that are related to what you want to do after school. People work hard for their money here. As much as we complain that the economy in Nigeria is hard, it's getting hard out here too, because they are complaining as well. It's just that sometimes you're not really aware of what happens in other countries because it's not really your business, and I don't fault anybody for that, but I'm just trying to say that people have it hard here as well. And in the first few months or first few years, a year or two, it could be a bit rough and difficult for you, but you will get the hang of it as long as you work to make legitimate money. Okay, don't do anything illegal, don't do anything fraudulent, don't make us Nigerians look bad. We look bad enough on the world stage. So that's basically it for this video. If you have anything to add in the comments, feel free to add it. I feel like it would be nice for everybody to learn a thing or two from this. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're still watching, don't forget to also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I publish a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.